Now, if you don't have the money for web hosting and a domain name right now, or you kind of want to test out WordPress first before you actually install it on your own server, that's perfectly fine as well. WordPress will actually host your blog for you. The only downside about that is you'll have a WordPress. It's a free version of WordPress, meaning your blog address is going to be whatever you would like .wordpress.com. So you're not going to have your own unique URL. Also, there's going to be ads on your blog since it is a free blog hosted on WordPress. But this is one way you can test it out if you do not have your own hosting right now, or if you just want to check it out before you install it. It's no problem. I'll put a link to the right of this video for this page right here. All they need is your email address. You will have to confirm your email address, so make sure you use a valid one, a username, a password, your blog address. It'll be your blog address .wordpress.com. And you can always upgrade later. I would not recommend making this free blog just to upgrade it later, because their prices are kind of high here, so I would not recommend that. And their hosting, I wouldn't want them to host my blog either. I would use one of the recommended hostings from my other video. But if you just want to test it out, I just wanted to throw this out there that you can set up a free blog right now just to see how it looks and see if it's something that you would like before you actually go ahead and install it on your own server. And if you do it this way, you don't have to worry about the domain videos. You can ignore the web hosting videos, and you can ignore the WordPress installation video, because this is obviously going to install it for you automatically. Okay, so now that we have our domain name registered, and now that we have a web hosting package that we purchased and all set up now, we need to link our domain name to our web hosting account. So that way when someone types in our domain name in their address bar, they will be able to see our web page that we set up. So in order to do that, we have to link the domain name to the web hosting. Now, if you used either Namecheap or GoDaddy like I recommended, I'm going to show you how to do that with both of these websites, how to link it successfully, okay? So you should have gotten your email by now with your login information for your web hosting account. And once you log in, it should look something like this. Okay, now this is called your cPanel. Now if you used HostGator or Bluehost or iPage, they are all going to look pretty much identical to this. Aside from the HostGator, it'll have their company logo instead of HostGator. This is the cPanel setup, and this is pretty popular among all the the popular web hosting packages that you can find. They're all going to have this similar cPanel setup that you see here. Now, upon scrolling all the way down on the left-hand side here, you're going to see your name servers, and they're also going to be in your email that you received right here. Now, this is the information that we need to link our domain name to our web hosting. So once you have those copied, let's head over to Namecheap real fast. Okay, now once you're logged in, you're going to click on My Account and Manage Domains. And then you should see your domain name listed right here. And just go ahead and click on it. And it's going to bring up a new screen here. And on the left-hand side, we want to click on Domain Name Server Setup. And once we click on that, you want to make sure you have this boxed here, Specify Custom DNS Servers. And then you're going to paste those two URLs that you got from your cPanel. Okay, now that's going to link the two together. Okay, then you're going to click on Save Changes. Alrighty, it's that simple with Namecheap, very, very simple. Now let's go over to GoDaddy. It's a little bit different. Once you're logged in here, you're going to click on My Account at the top left here. Then you're going to click the little checkbox here next to Domains, and you should see your domain name listed here. And once you do, click on Launch. And this is going to bring up a new window, which is the dashboard for that domain name. It has all the information on that domain name. And right here, you're going to see this is where you will edit the name servers on GoDaddy. You just click on Manage, and then you can make your changes. Pretty simple. Then you click on Save. That's all you have to do on GoDaddy and Namecheap. There's one more thing we have to do to add your domain name. If you go back to your hosting, your cPanel here, we scroll up, you're going to see a section called Domains. And you're going to have all kinds of different options here, okay? What we want to do is we want to go to Add-on Domains, because now we have to actually type in our domain name and add it to our hosting. It's pretty simple, I promise. Okay, so once that loads up, Let's fix our window. All right, so right here at the top, it says new domain name. This is where you're going to type in your domain name. Just like that. Okay? I'm going to hit tab. And that information auto-fills for me. Okay? Not a problem. And then we make a password for this database. Now the password is for if you have like an FTP account, you would need this password to be able to access these files. That's a little bit advanced, so we're not going to worry about that because nowadays everything is so easy to install. You don't really need an FTP account right now. So make your password and then click on add domain. And that's all you have to do. You are now done with messing with the domain settings and configurations, and you're done messing with the web host configurations, trying to meet it. It's all done now. Okay, it's pretty simple, right? We got that done in under just in a few minutes. It's all linked up and ready to go, and now we're ready to move on to actually getting WordPress set up, and then the fun really begins. So once we have found the domain name that we want to use and have that registered, we will need a web hosting package so that we can host our website and host our WordPress blog. Now there are tons and tons and tons of different web host companies that you can go with. However, obviously some are much better than the others, and looking at this list here, which is the top web hosting company so far in 2013, I would choose one of the top 3. Me personally, I use HostGator.com. They are really great. They are really reliable. I hardly ever see any downtime at all. And one thing that's really great is they have support 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Anytime I have a question, a concern, I just hop onto their live chat. I get someone really quickly and they help me out with whatever my issue is. They are really great. And I would recommend either them, iPage, or Bluehost. Either one of those 3 is a really good recommendation for me. Any of the ones below here, you can choose them if you would like to. I just have no experience with them. They might have a lot of downtime. Their support might be bad. Their servers could be slow. I just don't know, so I don't really want to test them out and tell you, to be honest, I would just choose one of these top 3 and just go with that. Now, actually setting up your web hosting account is very simple. Alright, it's very simple. It's just like purchasing anything on the internet. Very simple. Now, for the sake of this example, let's say we're going to go with HostGator.com since that's who I currently work with. We're going to click on Visit Site, and it's just HostGator.com. And pretty much every single hosting company have the exact same thing. They have reseller hosting, VPS hosting, and dedicated servers. Now, the difference is basically just server size. 99.9% of everybody watching this will just need a reseller hosting account. It's simple, it's small, it's for your own little home business that you have going on, your blog, anything like that. VPS hosting and dedicated servers are for people who have a lot more traffic coming in and they just don't belong on a reseller hosting. They have way too much traffic. And if you have that much traffic, you can always upgrade at a later point. You can start with a reseller hosting, and once you reach a certain point where you need to upgrade your servers, HostGator makes it very simple to go ahead and upgrade to the VPS hosting or the dedicated servers. So it's very simple and it's safe to go ahead and start with the reseller hosting. So what you would do is you would click on the reseller plans. Okay, and you will see they have 5 different plans here: aluminum, copper, silver, gold, and diamond. The difference between these are the disk space and the bandwidth that you have, and obviously the price that you pay each month. Their domain names are unlimited. Now, what that means is, if you remember correctly, we registered our domain name with Namecheap or GoDaddy, whichever one you chose. Pretty much, you can have however many websites you want on your one hosting package. So let's say we go with the aluminum package for $20 a month. We can have 10 different websites on this one package with 10 different domain names. So unlimited domain names, that's what that means. Unlimited subdomain names, unlimited. You get your cPanel access, FTP accounts, everything is unlimited, which is really great. Now, for starters, you can start with the aluminum package. Like I said, if the bandwidth and the disk space is not enough for you, it's very easy to upgrade to whatever you need. And if you don't know what you need, go ahead and start with the aluminum, get your website set up, start getting traffic to your website, and you can always go to the live chat and they can help you and determine if you're using too much of your bandwidth, too much of your disk space, and if you need to upgrade. So once you have that selected, we're just going to click on Order Now. Now the first option here is to register a new domain name with HostGator, or if you already have a domain name, you're going to enter it here. Now we already have one, we already registered one, so you're going to make sure you select the I already own this domain name, and you're going to enter your domain name that we registered in the previous section that you registered at Namecheap or GoDaddy. Now the reason that I don't like to register my domain names with HostGator is because one day I might want to change hosting companies, and I find it just much more simple if I keep my hosting and then my domain name information, if I just keep that separate. I find it much more simple to do that, because if you register your domain name with HostGator along with your hosting, and then one day you decide that you want to change hosting companies for whatever reason, maybe HostGator starts giving you problems or anything like that, it could be a pain in the butt trying to switch both of those over. So I like to keep mine separated, and I think you should too. Next, we have our package information. We chose the aluminum. Now you can choose to get billed every month, every 6 months, every year, or every 2 years. And they obviously give you a discount for the more that you pay up front. Next, you will need to create a username and a security PIN for your account. Then they will need your billing information. You could pay with a credit card, your PayPal, or your debit card. I ignore the hosting add-ons they try to offer you. I ignore those. And they also have a coupon section, just like the Namecheap and the GoDaddy. So I would go to Google. This one already preloaded one for us to save us, it looks like $4.99. You can go to Google again and type in HostGator coupons, and maybe you'll find a much better coupon that saves you a lot more than $4.99. And you would just copy and paste that here and then click on Validate and see if it still works. As you can see, free phone and live chat and email support, 24/7, 365, money back guarantee, and instant account activation. And down just a little bit further, you would just click on that you have read the terms and conditions and then create your account. Now what happens when you create your account, it might take 10 to 15 minutes, but they will actually get your account built for you, and then they're going to send you an email with all of your login information. Now once your account is created, you're going to get an email that reads exactly like this. Now I actually copied this and pasted it from my email, and I just took away my password and login information. It's going to have your name. It's going to say thank you for choosing HostGator. It's going to show you where you can log in to pay your bill at any time and get your customer service if you need it, your live chat, your email support. You can get it here with your email address and the password they give you, which will be listed here. They're going to give you the link where you can access your control panel, which looks something like this. You'll have 4 numbers here, and then you'll have 4 numbers here. They're going to have your domain name that you chose to register, your username that you created, and they're going to give you a password here. Now, an important part of this is your name servers. You're going to get 2 name servers like this here. Now, these name servers are what we're going to use to link our domain name to our web hosting, which I will show you in the next video. And so what I like to do is I would go to this website right here, which is your control panel. I would log into with your information here, and I would bookmark that website. So I would save it to your bookmark, so you can just click on that from now on to go to your control panel. And that's just how simple it is to get your hosting set up. Now for the rest of this video series and course, we're actually going to be working inside of your control panel and inside of the WordPress website. Alright, now it's time for the fun stuff. Now we are officially ready to install WordPress onto our web host. We have our domain set up, it's linked to our web hosting software, and we are ready to finally get started with WordPress. Alright, nowadays it is super easy to install WordPress. Before, you had to install a bunch of files yourself and create databases yourself and all this annoying and time-consuming stuff. Now, it's simply a few clicks of the mouse and it's installed on your server. Now, this is only going to work if you have the cPanel set up, and if you got the hosting that I recommended, then this will work for you just fine. Inside of your cPanel, you should see a button called Quick Install under the Software and Services tab. Now, yours might be down further. You can actually drag these tabs and rearrange them however you want. So I have mine dragged up to the very top because I use it the most. Yours, however, being brand new, it could be at the very bottom. I'm not sure, but it's on there somewhere. So find that, Software and Services, and then we're going to click on Quick Install. Now once this loads up on the right hand side here, you're going to see everything that you have installed from Quick Install. You're going to see I have a lot of installations on different random domain names that I do a lot of testing on different software, and I test a lot of things on some random domain names that I have laying around. So that's what's over here, all your current installations. On the left hand side, this is all of the free software that you can install on your hosting. They have blog software, billing software, calendars, chats, a bunch of CMS software, all kinds, directories, all kinds of different software that you can imagine you can install for free right here. But during this demonstration, obviously, we're going to focus on WordPress. So we're going to click on WordPress. It gives you the latest version that it's going to install, the size of it, and their website. Let's go ahead and click on Continue. And then from the drop-down menu, you need to select your domain name that you want to install WordPress on, which I have a demo site set up here that I want to install on. Okay, then you need to add your email, your administration email. Okay, your blog title. And you can edit this information later in the WordPress settings. Okay. Now, once you have that information filled out, go ahead and click on Install Now, and it's going to install WordPress instantly for you in just a matter of seconds. Okay, there we go. Congratulations. It has been installed. It gives you your username, which is admin, which you created up here, and it gives you your password. And now you can just click on this link here, and it's going to take you straight to your dashboard login. Okay, let me change my password out here. Log in. All right, and there we have it. Just like that, in a matter of seconds, we have installed WordPress on our brand new domain name. And this is the WordPress dashboard. Now I'm going to cover everything about this dashboard, every setting, every configuration in the following videos.